Man, this is so good. Not only that, when you think in terms of World War One, when you think in terms of America's relationship with France, here is a black person from the United States of America making statements that resound well beyond our own shores at a time when it was unpopular for a black man to read.
That's right.
So that you have that courage, and then coming up against, after Plessy versus Ferguson, now in this assertion coming up against the Sedition Act.
That's right. And now that's a good point of what you bring up with the Seditious Act. So what happened was during the President Woodrow Wilson's administration was very complex in this sense that based on the war, his background was he was more religious person himself, supposedly.
Okay.
But he got into, he even ran on the presidency heading into 1916 on the basis he would not go to war based on his pacifist position. That was his more personal position. But then World War One happened, and he was forced to enter the war because of Germany bombing American private ships. That kind of forced his hand, so he went somewhere he didn't want to go. But what he did do that was wrong is he actually he took the Seditious Act, and which was called originally the Espionage Act.
That's right. Yes,
they
sir.
always had when somebody did treason against the U.S. That's always been there, the Espionage Act. But he created on top of that the Seditious Act during World War One,
Yes.
1917 to 1919, and he made it where he even violated the rights of people's freedom of speech in America. You couldn't even say anything against the war. You were put in jail for 10 years. If you were religious and you said that it was your religious belief that you couldn't shed blood, you'd be put in jail. A lot of religious faiths during this era was jailed, persecuted by America because they had violated the First Amendment, the freedom of press, the freedom of speech, and freedom of religion. Now, Mason, I mind you here, he's being persecuted ahead of all that. All right? He's in court ahead of all of everybody else, standing for religious liberty. So here Mason is at the forefront of civil liberties and religious liberties as a religious African-American a minister in America. So he's kind of the prelude of civil rights. See, he's laying the groundwork.
Yes, sir. And not only that,
and dialogue with the president during Jim Crow in an era that was unprecedented for black people.